All right, welcome. Me mo akwa baado ba KMTV, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, baby a will be a ohwe me no. With me a contribute ama yesusu ye hu baby a oni ye kasa e free. Yani meje hu yi pa. De tie ne se yinu ambe ma imano ano. Oye ball boni na obobo on the ma National FC. Obo forward being a fire, you're finding no 500 Ghana cedis for displaying after so score goal or display say I belong to Jesus message on the t-shirt, an inner t-shirt. And I'm so you're finding no. And the above topical issue our football circles and sports a business name. And when I'm say a fact near say dear Namrano can a difference as we na adenti na firubia din ewo home. So we are here to discuss the issue of National FC player who at the end of scoring a goal display and I remove the shirt and inner shirt there was a message on the shirt that I belong to Jesus. And I'm saying this is a violation of the football regulation. And you perceive discuss this near saying a Christo for no befa this issue and I read yours contest no DNA omuhuno omun say a biased decision and a finafa and I say a mrana inti yebekum ni nyina ye disan komwe ni ahwe the relevance of sad decision no said a National FC football player Emmanuel Ano was fined 500 Ghana cedis for revealing a t-shirt bearing the religious message, I belong to Jesus, during a match, likely after scoring a goal. That is the background information. Emmanuel Ano, you're fined 500 Ghana cedis. Say, or display on a third name, say, I belong to Jesus. And because of that, you say, ye trainer so, say, I didn't know, yes, sir. And the ababe who ye, a football business, no. But media, me pese, ye fano, emrano, ni busa, dien amrano, eka. FIFA, GFA rules no dien eka. Dien so na Ghana constitution so eka. If we say Oba Ghana, you see any other law is under the constitution of Ghana. Does a player have the right to celebrate the score? And I say unto me, does a player have a right to belong to a religion, say Christianity, say Islamic? Is it not some way somehow a intimidation? Yeah, can't be found ashana. Even if GFA and FIFA embrano cancer. FIFA law, FIFA rules, GFA law, GFA rules. Which of them is superior only compared to Ghana constitution? Ghana is a state. It's an independent state managed by itself. It is not under anybody. Why should we allow the law of football supersede the constitution of Ghana? Until I will place my point on this. But then, let us find out, even if indeed the FIFA Mrano, baby or a cancer, it me the two, you remember me, I will say a tonana. we will delve much into it very soon. FIFA and GFA rules. FIFA and 8 members. I am reading. FIFA and 8 members member association, including Ghana Football Association, GFA, have regulations that prohibit political, religious, personal slogans, message during matches. You see FIFA mra and a regulation. GFA. You see GFA, FIFA, ne mra, ne all association members no. Eshe edo mo nsa hye nkrata bia sa agye atum ze saa asem a GFA for ka no omo de beye adwuma ebi ni say se player egina pitch so na wo bobo a eni kwan say wo dan bibia di say wo ye amanyuku bi ni o belong to a political party. Even say we a penny or ya pitch no so there untim me declare say who belong to a political party abra or bobo or park and so team community. 2 was say untimi imagine park so and declare say we Muslimi ana say Christoni bosumsum ni Hindus hwan eso ni kwan say we yes emra FIFA regulations. And now say, untim emme yusu slogan. Emfa ma sa ho sa for hene e wo park no so. FIFA say ne mara ni tia. Nti say we a member association member. You also bow by this law. O de mara we ebeye adwuma. Abra mobile matches. You say, so obi yes the player will be penalized for removing or lifting jersey to reveal such messages. You see a basa player be a obeda su ne ban bi di say o ro na tade na ahyanso de bi e kire say o ku we mu ne slogan you say ni ade no. You say say nipa kro no asotwen e wo ho e de mana say wawro ne jesi no na sheta inner shirt no ya twere bibia e kire se oka political party bi ho wo ye asori wi ana wo som wi mu ana se ono an message wodi ato no je se etia emra yebebu se what is the aim of this butaye be nti na di nti na mo ye saa emra no. So we will delve into it to find out the reason, the aim behind, or the idea behind this particular rule. FIFA say to keep football neutral and non-political, ensuring inclusivity and focus on the sports. Sports, or say the botai say send ye beya obejina kwantenkure we ni obi afa onkyere se obi afa efiri se dwumadi no botae ne se ebe ka nipa dodo abom. It is aiming at bringing people together but not to divide them. So if you state say you belong to this group, it means that you are creating division. You are bringing division into football business and you don't want that. That's the reason why they want that to that in our buy it will help the football business remain neutral so that whether who hana so ni hano obia entimi ngazo asumesi de oye Pentecost ni Roman ni oye Kremoni oye busumsumni midemnti yese no. When we come to football business, we are all one. And I can't fair play. This is the reason why football people and FIFA have enacted this regulation or law just to make sure they remain neutral or non-political, ensuring inclusivity and focus on the sport. And it's also what you say, a bebuama or model madrin SC football no so ball the year ball. The whole year baby a friend say, ye bebo me MPP, me NDC, me Trump, me you know, that is the main focus or main business that football is doing. Another point is that FIFA, example, FIFA law 4, the player equipment. Player must not reveal on the t-shirt with slogan or advertising. A player removing their shirt to display a slogan is subject to disciplinary action. Into be biara obebobo na obeyi na tade dino abano ebe kire se na yebehum bibisa no I will say a train aso. We need to punish you on FIFA emra FIFA mrano sana eden echre. Inti from henceforth we a player na sa wo mpese de to inua bema eye imano ano a okọ bi na tade mu aya twere mu I belong to Jesus no. Yese umpa so twen umpese obenya hawa men kwanko yi bibia di man twere mu kra na ode akopa so e basa na ehu a ye petwen waso. Then the constitutional and legal contest hana ye medeno nti ye de ba betoto emra na ya hwe de na mra no so eden eka edifa ho. So the constitutional and legal contest in Ghana, we are associating this punishment to the constitutional and legal contest in Ghana. So in Ghana Constitution 1992, Article 21, Clause 1, C of Ghana 1992 Constitution states freedom of religion. The 1992 Constitution, Soba Ghana, we see as the superior, right? Is superior over others, any other law. And this Article 21, Clause 1C states that I have the right to belong to a religion. I have the right to join any religion. Somebody cannot tell me that don't go and join it. Therefore, the question still remains there. The fact that I have that right, that freedom to belong to a religion, do I also have the right to violate the FIFA law, GFA regulations? Nana, this is the question we are asking ourselves. So this is the interpretations I made me. All persons shall have the right to freedom to practice any religion and to manifest such practice. So the question is, if we are punishing people for revealing on their shirt where they belong, don't do that, and you are saying that we want unity, fine. Is it not also going against somebody's also right to freedom to practice any religion as had been speculated or stated in the 1992 Constitution, Article 21, Clause 1C of the 1992 Constitution? Ebasa yintieti obi so fa ho dis one. If you say Constitution say me ho kwan say me belong to a adentina mintimi emo me yiri so da wuru emo obi aso hu say aha ena wo say obedwane. And this is another question. Yinyina ibusa ye ho say inwe imano ano your former became United player no na obo Nations FC no ibusa say yemu say ade a eno so ye ka ono so gidie fa hudi no ahya na. Are we not curtailing his right Are we not taking away the right to practice any regional or pair or top joining? So this is the big question that KMTV is asking. However, this right can be reasonably limited in contexts like, so can this right be limited in what context? Inti yeba behwe. So the workplace. You say fine, you have that right to practice any religion, but there are certain, in Ghana, there are certain places you cannot use your right of, your freedom of practice, a religion, and from sa institution, the workplace. So it is wrong when you go to a friend say, this also is a question that has to come out. Say, fine, the workplace as the region has to be limited. I didn't call a juma. I didn't question baby. You see your mom pie. Because all of us saying cremufo and a bompire, in yan cremufo. Say a crisofo and a bompire, and your crisofonina, and you'll be an a crisoni, a wajumum. Say a year bosom for the bompire, and your munina and a year bosom for. Yes, I will, baby, it is schools. I didn't ena okuskuma ye debiwa ese ye de worship de ye kremufo kwakubompa Friday Wednesday a Christopher so ye where is that abosonson for there? So this is also another important point, another important question that we need to ask ourselves. Near who said, what can we do in addressing this? So this is very huge legal argument. I would need people with legal mindsets, So regulated events such as international sports, and football is also part of organizations are key notes are me pese uteki eno nti yenhwe the possible issues, possible key issue are becoming. The Ibebusani, was the limitation reasonable, non-discriminatory, and necessary to preserve the neutrality and focus on the sporting event? Say limitations na yabo boy no. Ye de bebe toto Emmanuel ano ne de na esino. Sa jinesi na omusi no na ye reasonable. Na ayade a enye discriminatory. Say ye munanimtia wasoma wasum no mu ana. Was it necessary to preserve the neutrality? Was it necessary? Say, how can I belong to Jesus and it will create a division? Was something seen it can cause to distract the neutrality of football business? Nana was the revealing of the I belong to Jesus, no? Was it did it diverted the mindset of the people at the end momujai football no ko jubility say I belong to Jesus ana? Was anything of that sort happen at the point? So balancing act, we are making a point. Religion versus regulation. In support of the fine, binum omo support to fine no, omadwen kire eni. Omo support to say, ya fine. Next time, onko yesa bi oni say. sports bodies have the right to enforce uniform standards to avoid the pitch becoming a space for religious, political, or ideological expression. Omo amo support asotwe ne se saa ade na aba no ebe boa bebre efise ebe boa ma obia ni beba no ho so se won konkoye saa bibiwe na anya akwanya ama afoforo na omususu ankonkoye bi okina bi no obetu ani no na afi de football no abedane asore abedane nkramu abedane bosomsom ana se bebi obi asoso openasem bia kan no atwere ato na tade so na afi de abe common grounds for saa ne ma no nti omo soso say omo support the idea no ini ena omo san ka say ebeboa ma obia a comport to that rules no na ankoye so kina bi obi akoye kese a chen obi ebi your minor religion bi or some bi or na aye nkete anya sa ebeka ka bi no mu ahye nti ene sa de a omo support say ya so twina so nti obi so nkoye bi. The rule apply equally to all players regardless of faith or message content. We say sa so twin we omo de nti omo support no say e komo obi bia say o ya akola o so ye football ye coast team say international team we national team we league team say den obi bia no obo for post grana ehun sa na FIFA mra no etimi chew me etwe so nti no enyi atwen na yi adoa da pepe apply to everybody nti obi oba form bia no sa mra we yade a we footballer also hu say etia nti yenua imano ano we so hu say obumra no so nti without such rules chaos division may arise if others respond with opposing religious or political message. Omo support this fine say amasa ebe boa ma yuye basabaseye nchichemu mpapamu ene obi susu bet if you say obi a ono ni wuni fa kono ono susu be na adwin say ono susu be responded to obi hwere na obi oppose obi kwatia some message na wo watade no say bia we ye na say give for so betwere you cannot stop them enti pamno twa no enye twe obi aso ana say sa mra we wo ho a ebeboa ama sa basabasa empapa mu we ayi say mesme yibi no eso bete omo adwen am de bae no omo de 3 points ene bae nti yam ko omo ya against the fine of Emmanuel message a war na tadin. Omo say Emmanuel message was personal and faith based, not political or offensive. Omo say Emmanuel the nti omo entia say omo atwen aso no say the message na na watadin na ye personal quantum cre afi na a faith base ne mom na nye amanyosem but onkrofo yo mo kan sa asem yi de man say mo ya bias because already o man di kan say religious body kan senka religious enka religions nka ho a ene de nka mo point he nka hold but FIFA regulation and our law no e kire say politics religion and a personal slogan in the council display inti eno de intimi nya the personal inti eno so say personal krana is still a fault inti on fu say me hu say mo point with the en holy water. Another point in say almost say the 500 Ghana cedis fine may seem excessive or suppressive of its constitutional right to obligate religious expression. Omuso muhunu say sa asotwen ana fine na omde afine abrantie no. Eyade amuhunu say ye ka ne som fa ahodi no ahye eno nti wontimi and celebrating the fa ahodi no nti eyade a ohunu say it goes against the constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Na point number 2 almost opposing say the fine might be viewed as inconsistent if other message, example social justice slogan, are tolerated in similar settings. We say social justice obi so twerɛ bibi saa na sɛ nyɛ a personal slogan, a religious and political ɛno so be quite tia ebinom ama mo so nti ɔmo points no de ɛyɛ asɛm nti yɛmfa no saa na yɛhwɛ deɛ ɔmo so ɛkyerɛ nti talking point for the discussion: should religious expression be allowed on the pitch if peaceful and non-provocative? Ebi busa say enti yentumi emma obi so enkyere ne som abra wobobo as the message ne nsɛm a atwere gu na tade no mu no te sɛ de Emmanuel no de ba yi no emfa mpapamu na emomade asondwi ne nkabomu ba engu na tade mu ana eno ya sembusa. Rhetorical question. Another question is that is the GFA and FIFA rules neutral and firmly apply, or does it unintentionally target religious players? You see, asema GFA and FIFA marano ekan. Omo gidi pa se omo betimi dia ya adwuma omo be maintaining neutrality apply this fairly omo emfa kwan bi so enkoye se omo target esum bi na omo akọ e de tia omo ana enyi ni se bibisa so bit my possible. And this is another question that the people are asking. And also another question: could Ghana introduce context-based guidelines allowing modest personal expression of faith? Inti Ghana for bitmi atias ya mobi atna no no ahye na mbara no de abe kata ahye obi so emma ne suma wosom no emmamu ana. These are some of the issues yebusa. Inti this is another question people are really asking. So another question is, should the amount of the fine be reviewed considering the player's intent and local socio-religious norms? You say, asotwina de atwon yente so na yenhwehwem ana yen san yen na yen sakyrae e wa asotwini mu na yenhwe se butaya ode yes ade ne sen na the local socio-religious norms no anything. Inti anoso so omubusa se die na you say inti these are some of the issues. Into the recent fine against National FC Emmanuel Ano for wearing a religious or wearing I Belong to Jesus t-shirt has sparked debate between sports neutrality and freedom of religion. FIFA and GFA prohibit personal messages on the pitch. The person FIFA, GFA, etia say obetru bibi, say ye wa sorry, say ye wo som, say ye wankasa wabodin bi aka name bi e watade no de prove mujetro and say watwe advertising bi ayi ato yi no, except say omo a emphasize JC ye wo Adidas ye wo Nike ne omo amakeka ho omo a omo ye football no omo na ebi watade omo bituma atwere omo logo de atum nti eno so FIFA morality antino say in nam sa kwa we so you could face penalty of it. But brief brief so briefly, the American say faith on the field. Should a player be fined for saying I belong to Jesus? Should a player be fined? Why was National FC player fined 500 Ghana cedis simply for declaring his faith with the word I belong to Jesus? Is this about keeping football neutral, or we are policing personal faith too strictly? Eye ade a yepɛ sɛ mpɛ sɛ ɔde no mba batabata obi anaasɛ is because ɔpɛ sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ ɛka obi kasaboa hyɛ ne yam. Let that one whole legal moral debate nti Imano for NFC National FC scored during a match and lifted his jersey to reveal a t-shirt that read I belong to Jesus. The Ghana Football Association slapped him with 500 Ghana cedis fine. Why? According to the GFA and FIFA rules, players are prohibited from displaying religious, political, and personal message on the field. The aim is to keep the sport neutral, inclusive, free from ideological display. The 1992 Constitution of Ghana guarantees everyone the freedom to practice and manifest their religion. Article 21, Clause 1, Section C, STT. Yet, even our Constitution allows for reasonable limitation, especially in structured environment like military school, yes, regulated sports. So the question becomes, was it reasonable? Did it go far in restricting religious freedom? Both sides of the debates are mimicking the argument in support. Rule apply to everyone. Send a binumdi can. So me observation in rule apply to everyone equally, regardless of religion. The field must stay neutral to avoid religious or political tensions. This is my outcome of going through this debate. And it is also a way, if it is being allowed, I believe that what will happen is others will respond to competing slogans. Send ye others in the kind. Omo defend the Mrs. Michelle omo de no de mi huni. In the defense of a message, a message was peaceful. Mimi hunu say na ye asunji message. I belong to Jesus. Personal na ye ono ankasa. Na fi it was not political. Me no no so ye de mi observe ye no. Many see it as an expression of gratitude, not provocation. Na mimi hunu say, oh, I belong to or you or the ye ni nyame aye nemo wonfa nko yi obi ahi wonfa nko hye obi abufu nti nanka be free say nka wo say omo treated with mercy. I feel so the 500 might be viewed as excessive, especially in deep religious country like Ghana. A bit me ama for from Hwadwe nti dear na bit me aye e first ask me. So what next? Dear na SSA GFA 4 ye course ye ko enemy omoye. I think say GFA should revisit its rules to allow modest personal expression, faith-based message that don't provoke division, provoke division. Ye ko yenim no misusu say FIFA and as a GFA I was almost anko no mo kwa hwe rules no no mo hwe asɛm a wobɛtumi aka abra a wobɛtumi atwerɛ gu atadem na wode bɛjubility na ebi te sɛ ɔsom kasa a ɛmfa tetemu mu a ɛmfa basabasayɛ ma gye sɛ ɔmokɔ na ɔmokɔhwɛ mu na ɔmoyɛ a ɛnka nua bɛma imano ano de ka bɛtumi ayɛ biribi afa ho. Another context me hwɛ ne sɛ we don't treat every message with one size fit all punishment. ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhwɛ context at which the message was used and how it was jubilated. Yɛka sɛ obi aka asɛm atwerɛ na asɛm obi bɛka no de wei twerɛ ne deɛ no obi so bɛtumi atwerɛ but it's not the same. It should be not be the same. Say bi ɔka sɛ I will fight this say a nka ɔhwɛ message na but I say I belong to Jesus. That is all. Ɛso so yɛsɛ wafom nti ɛwɔ sɛ sɛnea na mɛka metufu no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛkɔ ne yɛkɔhwɛ. And finally, I think it is time for sports authorities, religious leaders to dialogue on how to honor both spiritual identity and sporting integrity. Football authorities no mpanyinfo a mohwɛ football so and sports so ene som cool no ɛso mohwɛ